Right, I think it's a good time really with the upcoming Academy Day, just to give a bit of an update on what the state of play for the Academy is now, how it's progressed, and just really give a bit of an air into what the Academy is doing really. I don't think it's open or been publicised particularly well to a lot of people who know what's going on. So if we give a bit of an update on where we are now, the types of things that the Academy is running, for instance, the biggest change obviously is that the Academy's gone to Cat 3 status, which means we run age groups from under 7s through to under 18s now. So we have 18s playing every Sunday from under 9s all the way through to under 16s. The under 18s team playing a Saturday morning for the youth team. As well as our stuff based here, we've sort of branched out now to different areas in order to recruit better and more players from Manchester and Liverpool. So we have a development centre we've just opened up in Manchester, which at the minute is running from under 14s through to under 18s. But for the next couple of weeks, that's been opened up to all the age groups from under 7s through to under 18s. Again, just as a way of capturing more talent in further afield areas. In terms of the Morecambe one, we've just set up our Morecambe Development Centre, which runs beneath the Academy. So the Development Centre is aimed to bring players into, for us to have a look at, to give quality academy level coaching to players in the grassroots system, with a view that some of those players will progress to our elite academy in due course. So as I say, that's just opened up for our under 6 to 11s age groups at Morecambe. We have the Manchester Centre that's opened up. We have a centre in Liverpool that's opened for under 16s through to under 23s, with a view that that's going to go down the age groups as well in due course, probably Christmas time or maybe just after. So there's a lot of different things attached to the Academy nowadays, which wasn't happening in previous seasons. So there's a lot of hard work has gone on behind the scenes to try and improve the amount of players and quality, obviously, that we're bringing into the Academy. So that's our Academy, that's our development centres. We've also branched out into opening up our International Academy, which some of you may have seen on the website now, of which the first intake come in this Sunday to start on the 5-week programme. So we've got boys coming from Australia, we've got a boy from Serbia coming over. Again, as part of our talent ID, to try and take a look at players which obviously we wouldn't have had a chance to look at before. So players come in, the programme's called Train Like a Pro, so boys come in, they stay with us between 5 and 10 weeks. We take obviously a good look at them, they'll train with us, they'll experience what it's like to be a professional footballer, and we're taking a look at their playing credentials while they're here with us as well. So yeah, it's a revenue stream for the club and for the Academy, but it's also a way that we can look at players with a view to maybe pushing them into the first team somewhere down the line. So International Academy. We also have a number of soccer camps going on where our academy coaches are going to far-flung places, again to try and find fresh talent. So they've been to the Isle of Man, they're going again at the end of the month. So this is their second soccer camp in the Isle of Man. I think we had 140, 150 kids there last time. So again, to look at players to maybe bring across in the future, but really it's spreading the brand of Morecambe Football Club to places that haven't necessarily been open to it before. So there's the Isle of Man, the Ireland we're going to in August next year. The boys have been to Canada for a soccer camp over there. So we're trying to spread the brand as much as we can and widen the net for the Academy and for the football club. So there's a lot going on. I get asked quite a few times, what do you do at Morecambe Football Club? I always say I look after the kids. Now that sometimes doesn't come across the extent of what we're trying to run at the Academy and the amount of players and the amount of teams and setup that we have now here at the club. Essentially to bring better players into Morecambe. Our aims as an Academy, there's two really, quite simple ones. We either bring players through that are good enough to sign and play for the first team, or at some time within their journey they get sold on to another club to bring in revenue for us as a club and as an Academy. So they're the two aims that we have as an Academy. We hope we're starting to meet them with the likes of AJ that we've moved on, or obviously played a lot of games to the first team, has now moved on to Hamilton. We've got big Kyle Hawley's in the first team squad, Tyler Brownsword, Carlos and Lamin came through our Manchester centre. And Milka was on the bench for the first team and Checkatrade Trophy the other day came through our Manchester centre. So we do hope we're doing things the right way and bringing kids through of the right quality. It's just that little extra push they need now to try and get them into the first team arena. But it's a long process, we understand that in the academy. But we're making strides to get there, we think, and certainly with the selling of Leif Davis that we sold on at the end of last season to Leeds for a decent amount of money, shall we say, again helps the football club by bringing in extra finances. It's something we've not really done in the past before. So yes, there's a lot going on with the academy. Attached to us still, we still have our Lancaster and Morecambe set up. We have a 16s to 18-year-old scholarship system where boys that we don't sign at under 16 level, we can feed into our Lancaster and Morecambe base. So as you can tell by the little summary of what we've got going on, there's a lot of teams and there's a lot of kids really now that are sort of flying the flag and wearing Morecambe's brand throughout the world really, let alone throughout the northwest area. So yeah, that's the update of where we are now. The Academy Day is intended to try and put the focus on the academy obviously and try and show fans and people on the outside and the academy players what it's all about. Now the academy players very rarely come to the club, so the under 9s through to 16s, the training base at Lancaster and Morecambe College. They play the games at Lancaster and Morecambe College on a Sunday morning and obviously the away games we played at the host clubs, but they don't get to come to the club very often. So the idea was we'd create a day on a first team fixture when it may not be necessarily the biggest crowd in the world. So we've invited all academy players to bring as many friends and family that they want to come to the game to try and fill out as much as we can the away end at in the Colchester game. Now to date we've got around about 350 people coming to the game. We want to try and push that to 500 if possible. Again, just to highlight the amount of people that are involved in the academy and give some sort of some airtime, so to speak, to the academy boys that we've got signed on. So during half time we want to try and walk around the pitch, the academy age groups, so say from under 9s through to under 15s and 16s, just to give a little lap of the pitch and to see what Morecambe Football Club's all about, and for the fans to try and learn a little bit about what the academy is producing and show some appreciation really to the boys that we've got signed on to the football club. It's also a great opportunity for the family of the academy boys to be seen at the football club, for them to see what they're really attached to and to see what it is they're aspiring to be. Now if they come to the club and watch the first team, which you don't get to do on a regular basis, it shows them the level of football they've got to try and get to, shows them the atmosphere at the club. It gives the kids impetus and motivation to try and hopefully aspire and copy what the boys are doing out on the football pitch. So we're hoping it's going to be a good day. We're hoping there's going to be a lot of turnout from our academy side of things. Hopefully we'll get a win out of it as well, which will be nice and cap the day off on the right positive notes. So really, again, the final thing I think I'll say on it is it's a way of thanking really parents as well to showing their commitment they give to the players. It's a big commitment being an academy player, which if you're not involved in the system, not just for staff, which have to work 7 days a week most weeks, but there's a lot goes on in terms of travelling to games, travelling to training sessions. For instance, you under 14s through to 16s, they have 4 sessions a week, so there's 3 training sessions and a Sunday games programme, which if you're living in the outside area, it's a lot of commitment to put in. So it's thanks to the parents really to have a day focused just on them and to show our appreciation to them for their efforts as much as anything else.